listening to the Power of Inspiration and Awakening Radio with Julia Griffin. To master a higher frequency for a new state of mind. Once you walked in a forest of splendor in which everything you did and everything you thought was aligned. It is possible at this time to begin to return to the old knowledge. Intuitive healer and manifester Julia Griffin is here to talk about this unique time in history when all sentient beings, animals, plants, trees, and the earth are intent on creating this change. The wolves awakened her to the most incredible light, which opened gifts and brought knowledge that she longs to share. You are creators, and you are born to be creators of beauty, possibility, and joy. Join Julia on a journey into a beautiful and magical world where amazing possibilities exist. Let us help open the door. The Power of Inspiration and Awakening with Julia Griffin starts right now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Julia Griffin, and you're listening to the Power of Inspiration and Awakening on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay with us for the next hour and let us help you experience a higher vibration and a new state of mind, which is very much needed in this weird time. So on today's show, we're going to talk about what's going on the planet. We're going to look at it from a metaphysical viewpoint and also the viewpoint of we're working with a lot of energies all the time. Some are easy, some are not. Nevertheless, it should be exciting, so let's get started now. I want to begin with saying Happy Earth Day. We also have a new moon today, which is the beginning of the moon cycle. In nature, it's a wonderful time to clear away what isn't wanted, so let's just let all that negativity go, and to align with higher ideals and actions. Well, what could that be? Manifesting, courage, doing your best when you don't feel like doing it. That's a good way to start. If you are gardening, today is the day that you take out weeds and you cut back things that you don't want to have grow. For example, maybe you have a perennial, a plant that comes back every year that's spreading everywhere. If you dig some of that up, it won't come back. It'll just stay with the plants that you leave. It is also the time of this really interesting void where everything in nature sits still. Nothing will grow, nothing will happen, because we're receiving the energy for the next cycle. So I love it that I'm with you here today. I think that we've all been inside. We've all been still more than usual. Hopefully, we've had time to see some of the incredible changes that are going on in nature. Before I list those, I want to say that I've worked with the wolves every month, sometimes much more, to open up energy centers for nature. And if I looked at, let's just say, a map of the United States, this is also true in other places in the world, there have been these energy centers that have been opening. So part of what's going on is that there is a very high vibration from nature. We will have to say that it is miraculous that we can see the Himalayas, that we can drink from the Ganges, that a tremendous amount, I think 2/3 of the pollution on the planet is gone. There are right whales in Cape Cod that have just had babies. They were down to 10, and today they found that they have 3 babies, so that's a third more. Thousands and thousands of turtles, sea turtles, have laid eggs. And nature is coming back in this most beautiful way. So when you have these moments of, feeling heavy, feeling tired, go outside. Go find a tree. Go someplace where other people aren't. Get up at 6 and walk when other people aren't walking. Find some way to absorb that beautiful energy. Notice how clean the sky is. Notice how the stars look at night. When you do this, nature is going to send a tremendous amount of light into your system. That light protects you. So viruses in general, like this one in particular, it likes things that are cool, it likes things that are dark, it likes things that are wet. So if you're outside breathing air and essentially bringing that into your lungs, opening your windows, sitting in some sunlight, That is one way that you can get into a vibration physically that protects you from what's going on. So we have this clean and beautiful planet. So in the past week, in my personal experience, first of all, there were probably 100 coyotes behind where I live. And they were calling one night, and I thought, oh no, I think the cat is out. When I thought that, they stopped calling. The cat came in because I called him, and then they began again. And I thought, okay, so that's interesting. You know, the wolves keep telling me there are all these animals that send out sonic vibrations or frequencies. And here they are doing that. Then I saw a snake when I was working in the garden, and that's transformation. And this has never happened where I live because I'm sort of between a rural area and a large town, but on the edge of the town. The owls have started calling every night. And that means that we are going through a shamanic ritual. We're changing into other people. And that's part of the reset. Now, from my experience and the many people that I've worked with, when we go through a shamanic reset, that is such an opportunity to move into a part of the higher self. The part of you that can step into abundance or happiness and see it for other people. The part of you that can send a wave of love and peace and healing throughout the world. And we've seen with the global experiments that when people join together and do this, the Schumann resonance of the planet goes from like 7 to 70. That's how high the frequency is. It's very interesting because it is a group initiation. So many things about this time are like a spiritual initiation, only it's on a group level. Nothing works the way that it did. Our focus goes in and out. Nothing feels the way it felt. Probably all of our tastes are changing. I'm thrilled just to have a new pair of blue jeans or toilet paper or paper towels, right? And that wasn't a way that I felt before. So whenever the world is in a state of flux, it's a huge opportunity to go to a higher frequency because the patterns of time and space are not holding us in our accustomed path. It also makes manifestation work really, really well. One of the major ideas, because we're always dealing with duality, lower duality says there's not enough. We're in trouble. What are we going to do? You already know what to do. All of you know how to manifest personal abundance. You already know how to create things. You already know how to see things in your mind. You know how to hold a visual. Whatever you need, whatever is the problem, start working on those visuals. Now, day-to-day life, it is super important to get to your heart and to hear your intuition because that's where the truth is. So let's say you have to go out and get groceries or you have to order them from somewhere. So here's the question. Ask yourself, what time is it good to go? Which of these places has what I want? Which place will give me the most energy? And if you don't get that any of them are giving you energy, then go to which place takes the least amount of energy. Ask your heart who you can send energy to. So as we're talking right now, I'm hearing the world needs us. So let's just imagine sending out this beautiful blue-green wave of peace and wholeness and healing. And feel it going into every particle of the world and coming back around the world and flowing into you. Now let's do one of love. Let's feel pink light all around us, flowing through the world, into every particle of ourselves, the people around us, and the world around us. And let that come back. Notice how smooth and how high those vibrations are. So if at any moment you need help or you need support, it's really easy to see light in all of your cells, light in the spaces in between, white light filling your aura, even more light coming in. And then imagine that you radiate it outwardly for somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 of a mile. When you do this, you push away all the lower thoughts and energies. And the light comes in so that you can align with who you are and who you should be. So this is a really exciting part of what's going on right now. And that is that we can change our energy so quickly, and we can use our skills to create more energy for the world that moves in the right direction. So we've been talking about the changes in energy, Earth Day, and the power of nature, and how we can use light in sending waves to help ourselves and the world. When we come back, we'll talk about abundance, the power of prayer, and working with the quantum field. So let's go to break now.
Sometimes being human has its challenges. Our physical health falters, our spirits sag, our dreams don't immediately come to fruition. Welcome to the power of Maximum Medicine Radio. Join me, Doc Martin, in conversations that will blow your mind about healing. In our hit show, Doc Martin addresses the scientific with bridging to the mystical approaches to give you a new narrative about maximum medicine. In this live call-in show, we will journey into the extraordinary genius of the human body and talk about other beliefs that impact being your multidimensional self. We seek the seen and the unseen and explore the earthbound and the otherworldly, all with the purpose of calling forth the maximum you. To learn more about Doc Martin and Maximum Medicine, visit www.sharonmartinmd.com.
Hi, this is Kimberly Carlson, and I would love for you to tune in to All In Healing Radio, where together we will begin to experience health, happiness, and harmony in all areas and aspects of life. Join us every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. on TransformationTalkRadio.com. All In Healing will help you release layers of negative beliefs and energies for radiant health, deep joy, and greater abundance. Visit me at KimberlyCarlson.com.
How many times do you find yourself saying, "It was nothing," or "just doing my job," when really you knocked it out of the park? How did you get like this? Next time someone tells you "great job," you'll know how to accept it and not deflect it by listening to Courage to be Seen Radio with host Sherry Clark. Sherry Clark is an experienced global engineering leader, coach, and mentor. From her experiences one-on-one coaching to corporate consulting and executive coaching, Sherry has learned many women need at least 3 things to discover and face success. Learn about the ACES program, how to survive male-dominated fields with grace and authenticity, and reach the top without ever once giving up on who you are. Courage to be Seen host Sherry Clark explores the awesome power of your entire self and how far you can go by being more you. Check out her website, CourageToBeSeen.com. You have the courage to be seen. See you later.
Hello, everyone. I'm Julia Griffin at OneTrueSelf.com, ONETrueSelf.com, and you're listening to the Power of Inspiration and Awakening on Transformation Talk Radio, where you can experience a higher vibration in a new state of mind. We've been talking about the change in energies. We're going to talk some more about abundance and prayer and the quantum field, And I want to point out that one of the things we're going through is a group spiritual initiation. We're learning how to vibrate out positive thoughts. We're learning that we don't have to run around, that many of us can work from home. And when we do that, we have more time to put into our spiritual life. And this is something I always hear from everyone. I don't have time. So our first abundance is more time. Another level of abundance is knowing that if you see this abundance for yourself, from the world, from the universe, you can create it not only for yourself, but for other people. And one of the most effective ways of creating abundance is to imagine that the universe is giving it to you. If you need a job, then the universe is creating a job right now for you. If you need more money, feel the universe radiating that flow of energy, that flow of prosperity into you. Whatever you're making right now, just go ahead and see it as doubled. And see yourself having that abundance to help other people, to change the things that you want to change. And feel that freedom of not longing for anything, but having every single thing that you want and need. And it's very different when you see it as though the universe is your source than it is as seeing yourself as the creator of that. And I can feel here that we have some people who are feeling their spiritual calling. So ask the universe right now to move you into a space where you can express whatever is there in that calling in a perfect way. And it's okay if you start doing this, let's say, part-time, because you'll learn how to do it and there's less stress with it. But this can be an incredible time of magic and miracles. How do I know this? Well, isn't it a miracle that the whole earth has cleared up and cleaned up in 2 months? I mean, just that is pretty amazing. So I have to believe that those types of magic, those kinds of positive miracles are waiting for all of us, especially when we come together and we see goodness for the entire world. Now, on a very practical level, I know some of you don't feel that you have everything that you need. So please see yourself holding whatever it is that you need. Whatever that food is, whatever you need for a car, whatever you need to wear. Whatever it is that you need to know to move your life out where it should go. Go ahead and visualize that now while we're all connected. And when you visualize, it's not you're going to get something. It's that you already have that something, and you're feeling the love divine of the universe flow into you. And that all of us have come together, and we've created the most beautiful, natural, nurturing existence possible. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the big miracles that happen on our planet. Now, we saw one that nature pretty much created that's happening now. We have prayers, we have quantum field, and we have group work. So prayers, we saw a lot of that in the Piscean age. And we saw some very powerful saints who would pray. And we had people who went to church and prayed and read the Bible or listened to things. And through their faith, the universe answered and created. So that's a way of sending your energy into the divine, mystical part of the universe with love. And when asking for something, and then receiving back from the universe. And that is magical, and it is a miracle. Now, when we seriously pray, we reach a higher vibration, and we're also talking to the universe. And as you're going to see, this is something that happens with every form of miracles. So we talk sometimes, too, about the quantum field. If we go to astrology, that's ruled by Uranus. The quantum field is the place of endless light and love. If you can get into a higher enough vibration and a strong enough visual or desire, and a desire can just be a feeling, by the way, the quantum field responds. When we have a change from the quantum field, we feel it. It's like zap. Everything stops going from a negative place into a positive place. We all have the power to do that. It does require either desire, a very, very strong desire, or a very, very strong intent. Why? Because wherever there is a lot of energy, the universe listens and the universe notices. So this is a fascinating thing about some of the original animals on the planet, like wolves or whales. They have very, very large energy fields. They affect energy. So once you learn how that field of energy feels to you, you can replicate it. So obviously it would be very intelligent or very useful to think about times when you had big, beautiful changes in your life and what that shift felt like. Now, group work. We're already working as a group, but we're not always working together. Because some of the time we're in fear, some of the time we're thinking we don't know what's going to happen, and some of the time we're wishing, gosh, I wish everybody wouldn't be so negative. I wish I knew what they were saying on the news. So when I tap into the general field of energy, I'm just telling you what I get. And there's still some people who are tuned into that higher energy on the earth. And there are people right now who are praying and meditating as well. But one of the most effective ways for groups is to come together with those thoughts of peace, wholeness, healing, and abundance. And you'll notice how when I say those words, you immediately become quiet inside. It's a very fascinating thing. Now, why am I mentioning quiet? Let's notice the repetition that's coming up today. We're talking about the new moon, which is the void. That's a very quiet place where you're receptive to energy. Why are we receptive? The moon is not there. The satellite is not there. There's an empty space. And manifestation, we either have to take something with a lower vibration and move it into a higher vibration, such as lack, into prosperity, or we have to have an empty space within us. And that could be translated to stillness. And we have that time right now. When we're still, we're much more powerful. Now, at this moment of stillness, as we said, the earth is in flux. The magnetic field is moving all around. The resonance is going up and down. And instability is one of the things that helps you manifest. Because when the earth energy is changing all the time, there's space for you to create. So let me take it this way. Let's just say we're going to be home some of the time and out some of the time in the next 3 to 6 months. What would be your perfect level of abundance? What would you do to grow on a universal level? How would you move into more love? And what would make this a beautiful place to live for you? So think about those things and really put them out for a moment. Because when you're thinking about it, you're actually creating. And I can hear, and the energy comes back here, we need new jobs for people. We need different ways to work. I don't know why we couldn't have large community gardens. It would be easy to have space in those. I don't know why we couldn't have more individual businesses that are unique and offer interesting things. We could have more books. We could have more time to meditate together. So that's how you take essentially a negative and you begin to change it into a positive. And for every human being on the planet who's awakening, we have to do this right now. So feel wonderful about it. See it as something beautiful. And keep going with that. So we've been talking about prayers, quantum field, manifestation, group work, and visualizing the future. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about soul contracts and about what we should visualize in our relationships and how to make them work better for us. Because guess what? It's one more thing that's changing. So let's go to break now.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthisfunny.com.
Yeah, yippee skippy to that, baby. We're not done yet. Some of us are out here to educate and inspire. This year, 2020, is the year we gotta show me the money in the cash flow. I'm Dr. Pat. This is the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By.
Visit thedrpatshow.com.
The Truth is Funny. Shift Happens with Colette Marie Steffen is excited to welcome Karen Benton as a monthly guest host. Tune in on the third Wednesday of each month at 8 a.m. Pacific Time to regain confidence and trust in your capacity to create change in your life, your health, your family, and your well-being. Karen Benton is a mother, nurse practitioner, certified body talk practitioner, Franklin Method instructor, and owner of Limitless Living LLC. For more information about Karen, visit KarenBenton.com. Is traditional medicine not working for you? Do you still feel as if your health isn't 100%? Here at the Holistic Medical Center, Dr. Nushin Darvish and the qualified staff look through the dimensions of wellness and start a healing plan prioritized to your needs. Our physicians assess the whole you until complete health is achieved. Get the help you need by visiting drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Do you sometimes feel overwhelmed by your mind? Powerless when it seems to spin in worry circles or bombard you with self-critical thoughts? Do you want to learn how to master your mind and feel more in control of your life? Listen to Dr. Friedman's Empowerment Radio. Shift from confusion to clarity, self-doubt to confidence, and from anxiety to peace and balance. Dr. Friedman and his many guest experts share the insights and tools you want to live with greater ease, joy, and purpose. Tune in to Empowerment Radio every first and third Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time.
Conscious Confidence Radio, a timeless wisdom with Sarah Main. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio and join Sarah on an adventurous journey to the deeper level of meaning to move beyond today's world of constant change, confusion, and uncertainty beyond the shadow of fear. This hit show explores key concepts such as confidence, values, and attitude in a dynamic way. To learn more about Sarah and her work, visit sarahmain.com.
Hello, everyone. I'm Julia Griffin at OneTrueSelf.com, ONETrueSelf.com, and you're listening to the Power of Inspiration Awakening on Transformation Talk Radio, where you can experience a higher vibration and a new state of mind. We're talking about the strange and weird year of 2020, new ways to work with the current energies and soul contracts, and what you can do about them. Why am I talking about that? Because when you can release some of your soul contracts and become more aware of them, you have more energy, you feel happier, and it's a unique time to do it. So stay tuned. It's all good information. So let's start with you. You're an incredibly wonderful child of the universe with a beautiful heart and so many gifts, but sometimes it's hard to see them because life gets in the way. Life gets in the way through the karmic lessons that we encounter, the times that our feelings are hurt, we don't understand what's going on, people don't get us, or they hurt our feelings to make themselves feel better or more powerful or more in control. And there are also those hard lessons when you feel less than or really difficult things happen in your life. And we all have to work to find a place where we're whole and healed. And that's an ongoing effort for sure. So you're going to have to see your goodness and work on believing in it. Because the part of you that has that is the real part. So let's go ahead and look a little bit at soul contracts, and we'll look at some of the other things that we're dealing with. So a soul contract is an agreement that's made with a person or a group of people to learn a particular lesson or experience a specific aspect of reality. Good example, someone who always makes you feel less than. You get rid of that person, you keep meeting people who are like that, because that's one of the things you're getting over. Or you have a family, and the family is maybe helpful or not helpful. We also have a very skilled group here with a soul agreement to work intuitively at this time. So that's a really good one. And if you're listening for this, you've probably trained for lifetimes with these skills, whether you know it or not, and you're helping tremendously. Most of us have soul contracts with our families, our loved ones, the people who hurt us, and partners with whom we have children. Now, how does this happen? Well, there are different kinds. We have the positive ones where we help each other. We have the agreements where we've agreed to do something together. And we have things where we get wrapped up in pain and passion. And because it's such a strong, intense emotion, we keep repeating it until we learn how to stay on a higher level, or we learn how to delete some of the soul contract. Now, on the positive, these experiences teach us to find qualities within ourselves, to persevere, to find strength and courage, to develop creativity, and to find light and love on a deeper spiritual level. I'm sure most of you have had the kind of experiences I have, where the world was dark. You didn't know how in the heck you were going to go on, or how you're going to live with the pain. And the light came in. Or the angels came, or in my case, wolves came. You know, it may be on a daily level someone sends you an email or someone calls you. But through these things, we find grace, the aspect of the universe that mitigates karma and pain. Soul contracts can also teach kindness, patience, and compassion. One of the most important points is knowing that we chose these circumstances before we even came here. We may not like how they felt, but it has to do with development of self. At this point, we have a wonderful opportunity to let go of soul contracts, particularly if we've grown beyond them. That doesn't mean like you're never going to go see your family again. What it means is that wherever you're interacting in a negative way, you can release that. So what I usually say is, universe, please release my soul contract with this person and smooth out the connection at about 10%. And when you do that, you automatically feel less of their energy, less of that being bound up in their emotions or drama. And so this is a really important thing for us to do. I recommend starting with 5% or 10%. If you do it too much, guess what? The person is going to want to see you and talk to you more than anything. So just a small amount at a time. And let's talk a little bit about giving energy to other people. A lot of light workers tend to give too much energy. When things don't work, we give people even more energy, which of course isn't appropriate. And one of the universal laws involves energy. We can only give the right amount of energy. If we give too little or give it in the wrong way, it makes no difference. If we give too much energy, we become depleted. And then we don't have anything to give to ourselves or others. So if you give too much, I say, universe, if I gave too much to that person because I care about them, or I want to help, or I want to make their life better, I know that that's out of alignment with the law of balance. So please return my energy to me and bless that person. Now, if you're good at sending light or healing, it's very helpful to ask where the other person needs energy. Decide how much is needed and how you should send it. Is it a wave, a visual, or a prayer? So here's another little tip on energy. If part of your life isn't working, you need energy there. So ask yourself where you're giving away energy, pull it back, and put it in this other area of life. If you're sending energy regularly to a person and you don't see a change, just send it to their inner self. You're not looking for a change. You're just helping the part of them that's good. So another thing that I wanted to point out is that we actually have these wonderful soul contracts with our teachers and with most of the animals in our lives. It's hard to believe, but often before we come into our bodies, into incarnation, we actually contact animals who agree to come and help us with whatever we're working on. They can help with our emotions, money, a goal, our children, or a particular aspect of life. For example, if we're developing as healers, we may have a pet that actually helps us to heal ourselves and others. There are also animals that reincarnate with us. Usually when you see a very evolved animal that easily understands English, that animal has either been in your life already, or they've decided to reincarnate to help you with intuition and your spiritual growth, which is really fascinating. So as you're going through this time that is probably taking a lot of energy, because all of us seem to go in between feeling highly energized and feeling tired, I'll give you some tips. When you're highly energized, please do not do everything. Take time to rest, to eat well, and to enjoy the beauty of it. When you're very tired, you've probably gotten into mass consciousness energy. So ask for the presence of your higher self, use the exercise of light, and push it away. And let's look at a few other points. You're not alone. The universe and God are always there with you. The earth is speaking to you and wants to help. There will be new people, and some of the ones that you love coming into your life. Let go of the loneliness and move into the light. We all feel a little sad or some grief about the changes and the people who have left the planet, and it's natural to feel this. However, you can start over and appreciate what you do have. You're home, you're safe, you're healthy, you probably have what you need. You can also ask the universe to lift you into a higher frequency where you feel less of this. We're all working on fear. So when you're out in public, Cover yourself in blue light, violet light, or put the light around you, and refuse the fear. You can also say, universe, protect me from the vibrations of mass consciousness or the people around me. We're all growing whether we see it or not. So ask the universe to help you move more quickly and easily into a new aspect of the self. You can see the opposite of whatever you're experiencing. And this is a very brave and beautiful way to live. So we've been talking about soul contracts, how to lessen them, how to understand them, how animals reincarnate with us, and a few ways of dealing with the 2020 energies. When we come back, we're going to talk about manifesting a better life at this time and how you can create more of what you want for yourself and for other people. So let's go to break now.
Living a richly abundant life sound too good to be true? Listen in to Richly Abundant Women with Julie Steelman on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Embrace a vibrant future of breaking free financially and creating a richly abundant life filled with prosperity and growth. To learn more about Julie Steelman and Richly Abundant Women, visit www.juliesteelman.com.
Do you know how to achieve wellness in all areas of your life? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Signs of wellness are a capacity to love and ability to nurture, a sense of purpose, a good sense of humor and plenty of fun in your life, a concern for others and a respect for the environment, a conscious commitment to personal excellence, a sense of balance and integrated lifestyle, and capacity to cope with whatever life presents. Well people enjoy their lives and want them to last as long as possible. That's why the wellness mindset usually accompanies other constructive, healthy lifestyle habits. By adopting a wellness mindset and behaviors like eating well, taking the right nutrition for the body, exercising, and saying affirmations are just a few things to structure a healthy system of values and beliefs. I will be your wellness coach to help you achieve a wellness lifestyle. Call us at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And visit us at MaryJaneMack.com.
Are you ready to put down that drink or drug for good? Are you struggling to maintain your recovery from addictive behaviors? Do you need help with a family member or loved one who's in early recovery or battling addiction? Get the help and guidance you need by arranging a Recovery Recharged phone session with me, Ellen Stewart, Pushy Broad from the Bronx, certified life and recovery coach. Call 1-800-889-1757. Make an appointment today or go to my website, pushybroadfromthebronx.com, and click on the link that says Recovery Recharged. Don't wait. Get the help you need today. This is Ellen Stewart, Pushy Broad from the Bronx on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Are you done being afraid to jump into the life that's waiting for you? Are you ready for a real shift? I invite you to tune in every Tuesday with me, Tracy L., on the Tracy L. Clark Show, where we will teach you how to live your extraordinary life. At 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio, where I will provide the tools and the steps needed to help you transcend perceived limitations and move forward with an extraordinary life. For more information, visit me at tracylclark.com.
Hello, everyone. I'm Julia Griffin at OneTrueSelf.com, ONETrueSelf.com, and you're listening to The Power of Inspiration and Awakening on Transformation Talk Radio, where you can experience a higher vibration in a new state of mind. We're going to talk a little bit about manifestation because it's a really great time to do it, and finding your power. Because when you find your power, that is just the coolest thing to do. It's fun, it's wonderful, and it connects you to the universe. So since it's Earth Day, let's start with who you truly are, how you see beauty in the world, and what you feel when you're outdoors. Think about walking with the woods, the trees, the sky, all the little animals talking, the way your heart feels rested and where things feel possible, and how there's a great peace with that. So let's let in the beauty of the peace of the planet. Earlier we sent peace to the earth, but let's feel that come into us. And let's let the earth bring back the feeling of peace that she gave us in the beginning. When we were sovereign, we could create things, we could do things, and it felt really magical. But we were at peace and in harmony with the earth. So in a sense, we're giving up the part of us that's been out of harmony with the earth. Those lifetimes between who we were in the beginning and who we are now. So you can imagine how incredibly important it is that we return to that feeling of peace. And we begin to imagine that we are very harmonious creators. Now you'll notice that I always talk about the heart. And I always talk about helping and the planet. Why is that? That's because those are concepts that we're all plugged into. Those are concepts that when we're who we really are, they come in very strongly. So we have two ways of manifesting. And the first one is the one we've talked about, really holding that visual, coming into a place of peace and with alignment with the heart. So feel that. Think about everything working out on the planet in a wonderful way. And the other one is to move through the obstacles of the mind and life. As I said, we've had a bunch of lifetimes of forgetting who we are and what we can do. So I'm going to start with just a funny one. We worked with it earlier. Imagine you're holding something that you need to get from the grocery store or for your personal life. Look down, see it, and imagine that it's already there. Now let's go to something that's higher. Go to your heart. Feel the pink light there. Feel very peaceful and very alive. And just begin to imagine whatever it is that you want around you. Kind people, better communications, knowing the right thing to do at the right time, making it easy to do the right things at the right time. Oh, that's a good one. And feel yourself moving into an awakened state, not like some hyper-alert light state, even though those are useful too, but a very relaxed, peaceful, calm, awakened state where you're one with the flow and you're moving into the secrets of the universe. And feel how so many of us at the same time are tapping into the secrets of our heart, the old hidden secrets of the earth, and a new way of living where things are easy, where we fall in love with life, where we're gardening and we think, wow, I could use an inch of rain. And it rains that night, but it's beautiful when you wake up. Or, gee, I could use an extra $15,000. And it's just in your bank account. Can you imagine how that would change the world to live in that kind of prosperity where things are easy because we're aligned? And that is the place that we're moving into where true success is this feeling of calm and this feeling of alignment that pulls all of us together in a beautiful, smooth place. And as I'm talking about this, you should think about what are the small positive things that you can do. If the universe sent you power to create right now, like I would put flowers everywhere in the yard. I know that's silly, but that's what came to me, pink and purple flowers. Why, I don't know. But I'm going to see those because they make me feel good. And I'm going to see more birds, and I'm going to see the earth healing because that's what comes to me. And I'm going to see all of us laughing in that easy way that we do when we're aligned with the world. And we're smiling and we understand it. And we're all remembering the magic in the world. So whatever part of you has been separated from that, bring that magic back into you right now. And feel it waking up in the same way that spring awakens the world. And feel that flow healing you, making everything easy, reversing any pains in your life and changing them into joy, turning doubt into faith, feeling the part of you that's limitless. And why is this important? Because when you become yourself and you do these things, it changes the planet. And I'll give you sort of a silly example. I was talking, not a silly example because it's a good one. Someone suggested, we don't need zoos if we're going to be home. Why don't we take the animals back home? And there's so many things like that. We don't need an entertainment world. We need time outdoors, time to love one another, and time to attune to the earth. And that will take us to our hearts, to the answers, and into our incredible abilities as creators. I know if you're here that the universe is one with you and that you are powerful, important, and loved. So please practice all of these things. When you have an extra moment, notice which animals are showing up in your life. You can look them up. When you feel heavy emotions or you feel upset, it's very likely that it's mass consciousness. When you're feeling a great deal of energy, it's probably coming from the earth. So open up to that. Do something brave and remember who you are and align with that higher vibration. So you can sign up for my weekly newsletter on my website, onetrueself.com, onetrueself.com. Receive tips about the energetic weather, exercises, spiritual tips, and information on finding a higher vibration. So thank you so much for tuning into the Power of Inspiration and Awakening show, where you can experience a higher vibration and a new state of mind. Please join me on the second and fourth Wednesdays of every month at 12 noon Eastern, 11 Central, and 9 a.m. Pacific. Next week we'll talk more. On our next show we will be talking to Pam Osley about auras, the quantum field, and a vision for the new world. So have a great week, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Namaste.
Thank you for listening to the Power of Inspiration and Awakening Radio with Julia Griffin to master a higher frequency for a new state of mind. Join us next time as Julia takes us deeper into the memory of the moments of light where transcendence and enlightenment emerge. The memory of the jewel of consciousness is always lived within you to tap into waves of energy and create huge changes by imagining the beauty of the vision and desires that are hidden in the heart. Learn to find your way back to nature, beauty, and your own heart, which holds the secrets of your existence and future. To discover more about Julia's adventures, animal communication, and the teachings she brings to every show, visit OneTrueSelf.com. That's OneTrueSelf.com. That's ONE, TrueSelf.com.